This episode of 6'5 Guys is brought to you by Defiance Machine, defying tradition with innovation. Our Bros Rifles, precision on another level. JC Steel Targets, the industry leader in quality AR-500 steel targets.
Hi, and welcome to 6'5 Guys. I'm Ed Mobley.
And I'm Steve Lawrence.
Steve, we get a lot of questions from our audience around what we do for practice, in particular, our targets. And as we've shown in our videos, we use a lot of steel targets. And today we're going to talk about some of the particulars of those steel targets and what we use and what we find beneficial
That's right.
to our practice routine.
Now, we practice, for the most part, on a square range. I'm sure like many of you, you have a club that you're a part of. For us, that rifle range that we practice on is 200 yards in distance. And so we have to, in order to simulate a lot of what we do, have shrunk down the size of the targets. For the longest time, we've used something similar to this. In fact, you can see this has been beat up and we've replaced these targets a number of times. These are from JC Steel. And this is their single arm target hanger. And as far as size, we're practicing on about 2 to 3 MOA targets, sometimes a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I mean, our smallest target at 200 yards is 2.5 inches, so just a little over an MOA.
Yeah.
And we like to, since, we've got a double arm hanger, you can just have targets.
Yeah, multiple targets.
Yeah, kind of graduate down
right.
a little bit, depending on the difficulty of the position.
Now, due to the distance and the size, you're not going to get the effects of practicing for wind or ballistic trajectory. It's mostly to practice the fundamentals.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a test of fundamentals, and so when we talk about doing time drills off the barricade, well, this is what we're shooting at.
Yeah. Now, we've worked very closely with Jake Vibert of JC Steel Targets, who's a partner and a good friend of ours, to do something similar to what we practice with. And he has a similar arm as this. It's a double arm target hanger.
Yeah, which we've got right over here. And there are 4 different packages that you can choose from. If you've gone up to their website lately, you've probably noticed that. And you can have one package.
Yeah, actually, package one is
this
what
double
you
arm,
see here.
Yeah, for less than $100.
Yeah, it's around $90. It comes with everything you see there: the target hanger, all of the hardware to attach the straps or the conveyor belt.
Completely turnkey.
Yeah, as well as the targets. So
yeah,
you
no
get
guesswork.
You get targets those sizes. So you get some squares, some rounds, some diamonds. For $90, that is an absolute steal. Pun intended.
But Steve, keep your day job.
Okay.
But then, some of the other options that you'll see in the different packages is the inclusion of a little
other targets.
Yeah, a little Springer type target. I mean, this is a nice challenging target.
Yeah, this pepper popper. I believe this is around $100 for this by itself. Now we've combined the package number 1 with other targets such as this, or what you see here is a 25% Springer target, and boy, this thing is really loud.
Yeah, and see what you're holding there is the 2x4 mallet, and I just use these in my backyard for practicing pistol, and you can just make you could set up multiple ones if you like, and these are really inexpensive. They're around $25.
Right. Now there is a 2x4 base that JC Steel Targets also has developed. It's pretty innovative. We'll roll to that here shortly to kind of give you a sense of what that's about. But I think for those that would like to practice, on their club range or perhaps in a setting like this, these are great places to start if you haven't actually started to buy and collect steel to shoot at. These packages will get you started and practicing in no time.
Yeah, and I mean once you're shooting on steel, I mean there's no going back. I mean you'll just be using paper to verify your zero and do some dot drills, and then you'll quickly be moving to the steel. So
there's one other one back here.
Oh yeah. This is actually a new offering here by JC. They're hanging targets.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, I talked with Jake, and this is kind of a back to the future type of design. So part of his original designs, when Jake first started selling targets, he had kind of a keyed target very similar to this. And so because some clubs don't like to have exposed bolt faces, he's now offering this, or he's actually begun to re-offer this particular target hanger. So again, like many of JC Steele's target hangers, it uses a T-post that drops on right here, and then your target.
Well, and what I like about these is they're just loud.
Oh yeah.
Just hitting it with my ring right here. I mean, imagine a bullet hitting that. I mean, that's going to make some noise.
Right.
So again, just a number of options when you go up to the JC Steele site. So Steve, why don't we show folks a little bit of detail
on the base?
Yeah, on the base for the 2x4s. So
okay.
Folks, take a look. What we really like about the design of this target base is Jake actually designed it so it will get into the USPS flat rate box, which will save his customers a lot in shipping. It goes together really easily. Just use the standard linch pins, which you can, if for some reason you lose one, you can get it at any hardware store. The other side
is identical.
Goes on just as easily.
And now you're set. You just drop the 2x4 in there.
You drop the 2x4 in there, and you're ready to go. But another thoughtful addition is if you want to mount a paper target, you can just put the, I think these would be 1x2s that would go in here, and you just put them right in here, and you set up your paper target, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Now that, talk about portability and simplicity.
Yeah, and so it's really easy to take along, and then of course you take this target right here, and you would just mount it on the top of the 2x4 like this.
Yep.
And you are good to go.
Yeah. Now that particular target, this hanger in particular, you get several of those in one of the package options off the 6.5 Guys steel target package.
Yeah, and again with this little spring right here, it's really nice and loud, and so you could get a couple of these stands, or maybe several of them, and set these up with different sizes for practicing your pistol. I mean, it's really a nice option if you can shoot in your backyard.
As you can see, the kit comes with everything you need, including grade 8 bolts and all metal lock nuts, so this thing is not going to come apart. And just some basic tools, just a 3/4 inch socket and a box end or adjustable wrench, and you're good to go. Again, it's a complete turnkey solution.
Once it gets bolted together, you'll need to take the conveyor belts and drill holes in them to pass the bolts through. We recommend using a 3/4 inch auger bit to do that.
And a regular drill bit will work as well. And the conveyor belt, that'll last a good while, but it is a bit of a consumable, so something that you'll periodically reorder.
Right. And once you have the holes drilled, it's just a matter of bolting the targets to the hanger.
And then here I am shooting it with my 223 trainer, and just a whole lot of fun to shoot. I mean, what could be better than hitting brand new steel?
Yeah, there's nothing funner than taking new paint off of steel and hearing it ring.
Yeah, but again, that day, I took that 223 trainer out to 1,000 yards. Needless to say, the wind sure moved that bullet at that distance, but it's just amazing what you can do with a trainer like that.
And at 245, even though we're shooting at roughly 4-inch targets, not much of a challenge in prone. So, we were just kind of doing some speed drills on this thing. But we actually worked off the barricade later in the day, and it proved to be a little bit challenging, particularly with the winds.
Well, I tell you, that 6 mil, you can really see the difference of the way that thing hits versus the 223.
Yeah.
But yeah, that 6 mil, that thing was slicing through the wind out there.
You can kind of see how those targets react when they hit. And they actually reset pretty quickly.
And you actually got some good trace on that shot there. Oh yeah, you can see that.
All right, that looked impressive.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you found that very interesting. Now, obviously, there's a lot of value and a lot of options for the 6.5 Guys target packages. But for those of you that have steel, are looking for other options besides what you see here, definitely check out JC Steel Targets. They have a whole plethora of different targets in quality AR500 steel.
Yeah, and for those of you that are curious about what goes into making a quality steel target, laser cutting versus plasma versus water jet, etc., we actually wrote an article on steel targets exclusively for Long Range Hunter. So go to the Long Range Hunter site and you can see our article on steel targets posted there.
And we will have a detailed write-up for this video on our website, so be sure to check that out.
Remember folks, life's an adventure.
Stay on target.